3 South San Jose neighborhoods, same freeways, similar commutes. One of them costs about $350,000 more than the other 2. And here is the twist. That same expensive neighborhood is also the one whose price dropped the most over the past year. Santa Teresa, Blossom Valley, Cambrian. But price is only one of the things that actually decides this. Here's what a lot of buyers believe about this part of the city when they don't know about it. South San Jose is one big interchangeable suburb. If you've seen one ranch house off of 85, you've seen them all. So just buy whatever fits your budget and move on. That read costs people real money in both directions. They are 3 completely different lifestyles. One ends at the foothills with trails out the back. One is built around a big shopping center and the flattest, easiest access. One borrows a walkable downtown from the town next door. Different commutes, different weekends, different settings, and yes, different prices. So here's the plan. 5 rounds: cost, commute, lifestyle, the setting, and the homes. And a final verdict by buyer type. A winner each round, because the honest answer depends on your life, not just your loan amount. Round number 1, the money, because it frames everything else. Citywide, San Jose single-family median has been running right around 1.5 million. These 3 split around that line, and the split is bigger than people expect. Single-family medians this past May: Cambrian, 1,850. Santa Teresa, 1,527,500. Blossom Valley, an even 1.5 million. So Cambrian sits about $350,000 above the other 2, and those other 2 are basically tied. I like to look at price per square foot, which strips out the size of the home. You'll see that even though we've stripped out the size of the home, we actually still have the same order. Blossom Valley is the cheapest at $847 a square foot. Santa Teresa is still in the middle at $920 per square foot, and Cambrian is the most expensive still at $1,160 per square foot. So looking at all that, you can see Cambrian, you pay the most per square foot, and you have the smallest homes. Blossom Valley, you get the most house for your money. The typical home sold in Blossom Valley this past May penciled out at nearly 1,800 square feet. In Cambrian, that was closer to 1,600 square foot. Same kind of budget, but more square footage. So on the pure dollars per square foot, round 1 goes to Blossom Valley. But here's the key to this whole video. The reason Cambrian costs the most has almost nothing to do with the houses. It has to do with what it sits next door to. So round 2, the commute. Cambrian's premium is adjacency. It borders Campbell and runs towards the edge of Los Gatos with Highway 17 and 85 close by. You're paying to sit next to the West Valley without paying West Valley prices. Blossom Valley runs on 85 and 87, and Caltrain touches the edges with Capitol and Blossom Hills stations. For anyone working downtown or up the Peninsula corridor, that is a real option most buyers here never even price in. Santa Teresa is the end of the light rail line, with 85 and 101 junction in the Cottle corridor right there. Of the 3, it has the most ways out in the most directions. Tech campuses towards the west and up towards San Francisco, Cambrian spot near 17 and 85 wins. If you have a South County job or hybrid schedule or anything that changes week to week, Santa Teresa's light rail plus that freeway junction make it the most flexible of the 3. One thing to watch, SB 79, the new transit law, takes effect July 1st and upzones land near qualifying transit stops. The station areas in Santa Teresa and along the Caltrain line are the ones worth watching as this rolls out. I broke the whole thing down in another video and I'll link it below. Round 2, it feels a little like soccer. We got the World Cup happening right now, but round 2 is a tie. Goes for whatever matches your actual drive and your need. Now, the round I actually grew up living. Forget the spreadsheet for a minute. How do these 3 feel on a Saturday? Quick context on why I can actually call this round. I grew up right here in Almaden, right next to all three of these. I've spent weekends in every single one of these neighborhoods my entire life, and I built my real estate business right here in the south part of this city. Santa Teresa is the outdoors one. It backs right up to Santa Teresa County Park, so you have real trails and open hills out the back gate, plus a county golf course right there. There's a major Kaiser campus on its edge, which matters more than most people think for everyday medical and errands. If your ideal Saturday is a hike or 9 holes before lunch, this is the one. Blossom Valley is the convenience one. It is built around the Oak Ridge Mall and the plant. So big box shopping, groceries, restaurants, Friday movies are all just a short drive for you. Marshall Cottle Park sits right in the middle of it, a huge urban park with working farmland inside the city. And the central freeway position means wherever you're headed on a weekend, you're not boxed in. Cambrian is the borrow the good stuff one. You're minutes from downtown Campbell. You're minutes from the Prune Yard and Los Gatos Creek Trail. So you get a walkable downtown, a farmer's market, restaurants, and a creekside run on a Sunday morning without living in Campbell or Los Gatos and paying for the zip code. Match it to your real life. Trails and golf out the back door, Santa Teresa. One stop everything in a big central park, Blossom Valley. You got a walkable downtown in Campbell, super close. So round 3 goes to whichever weekend is actually yours. I know for me personally, I like Santa Teresa. I'm into golf. I like going on hikes with my dog. So that is an area that I actually really love and utilize. But how a place feels on a weekend and how it feels to live in every single day are two completely different things. Round 4, the setting and the homes. This is the part you feel the second you turn onto the street. Santa Teresa sits up against the foothills, so you get elevation, beautiful hill views from some of the streets in a microclimate that runs a touch warmer and drier than the valley floor. The homes, they lean newer, mostly 1970s and 1980s, fewer surprises behind the walls. On the price per square foot, it leans in the middle of the three. Blossom Valley is a classic flat valley floor. Easy to get around, easy to bike, mostly 1960s and 1970s tract neighborhoods with bigger, more consistent floor plans, some newer pockets towards Communication Hill. That layout is exactly why it gives you the most house for your money and the lowest price per square foot of the three. Cambrian is the leafy, established one. Mature trees, established lots, and mostly 1950 and 1960s ranch homes with a lot of original condition houses and a lot of remodel potential. Interior streets, they stay quiet because they are not cut-through routes. Now, a real buyer tip, because the setting decides how much money you might have to set aside for things that come up. Cambrian homes mean you price the era into your offer. Original plumbing, older electrical panels, foundations from a different code era. None of it's a deal breaker, all of it belongs in your number. And the single biggest price swing inside any of these three is not the street. It is remodeled versus original condition. I have seen that gap run well into 6 figures on otherwise similar homes. By the bones, not the staging. So round 4 splits. Foothill views, newer homes, you have Santa Teresa. Flat, roomy, and the most space, Blossom Valley. Mature streets, quiet interiors, and a huge remodel upside, Cambrian. So if you're liking this video, please make sure you like and subscribe. That really helps me out. Leave a comment on which area you would pick so far. I'm really curious to know which area fits you guys specifically. If you're looking to move, I help people every single day right here in Silicon Valley. Would love to be a resource. I have a great buyer's and seller's guide, all attached in the description below. Please check those out. And if you live in a different area and you're relocating here, I also can help you out. I have a great agent network of some of the top realtors across the country. So if you're in a different area and you're looking to sell your home, I would love to be a resource and help connect you to the perfect agent to fit you. That is also in my form. So let's get back to it. So which one do you actually buy? Time to weigh all of it and make the call. First, let's talk about the market question I always get asked. Cambrian is the most expensive of the three, but it's also the one whose median home price dropped the most over the past year, down about 12%. But its price per square foot only slipped about 4% in that same stretch. When the median falls that much more than the price per square foot number, it usually means smaller homes made up more of the sales this year. Not that every house lost 12%. So for a buyer, it is not a fire sale. It is a little bit more room to negotiate than a year ago. It is also the deepest market of the three. Cambrian had 55 sales this past May against Blossom Valley's 17. So more homes, more comps, and an easier resale later. Blossom Valley has the opposite, the most competition, with homes selling around 105% of list, a thin market where you may have to wait for the right one. And Santa Teresa was the only one of the three that gained over the last year and the tightest on inventory, which favors sellers. Now, the actual verdict, weighing all of it. If you want the most house for your money, the flattest, most convenient, and big central shopping, and you can be patient, Blossom Valley. If you want the foothills, trails, golf out the back, newer homes, and the one neighborhood that held its value the best this past year, Santa Teresa. If you want more mature, tree-lined streets, a walkable downtown minutes away, and the easiest resale, Cambrian, as long as you know you pay the most per square foot to get in. There is no universal winner. There is a right answer for your commute, your weekends, your setting, and your budget, usually in that order. Anyone who names one winner for everyone is selling you their inventory, not the truth. These are not three versions of the same suburb. There are three completely different neighborhoods. Santa Teresa sells you the setting and the only gain of the past year. Blossom Valley sells you space and convenience. Cambrian sells you mature streets and a downtown on loan. Pick the one that fits your life, not the one with the nicest sign out front. You came in thinking South San Jose was one place. You're leaving with three real answers and a way to choose. If this is the kind of street level breakdown you want before you buy, subscribe and I'll keep them coming. See you guys on the next video.